How are you guys going? Does everybody know what we're doing today?
How are you today, sir?
Sorry, darling. What did you say, Monkey?
How are you today, teacher?
I'm very good, thank you. We have a beautiful day here today. It's about 23 degrees. It's so lovely outside. And we have, the racing cars, the Grand Prix. Does anyone know what the Grand Prix is?
No.
Well, it's where, those really fast cars, the way they drive around and around in circles and they try to race each other and they try to win the race. That's what we have in Melbourne at the moment. It's pretty exciting. We're just going to wait a few more minutes. This is what we're doing today. Does everybody have a compass? I think I forgot to put the compass on the materials list. Does everyone have a compass?
This one, right, teacher?
Yes. Yes, you need a ruler because we're going to measure something, and you need a compass. But I think you can probably get away with it if you don't have one, because I know that I forgot to mention it. Yeah.
Go back circle. Cô nói chúng ta phải dùng cái cấp thang. Còn lấy xây bên bàn.
You guys ready?
Yes. Like ruler. I couldn't write.
Okay, put me on speaker, everyone. Put me on speaker, not gallery, so that you can see what I'm doing.
Teacher.
Yes.
Can I use a ruler?
Yes, you can. We have to use a ruler. I'll tell you how you're going to use a ruler in a moment. Okay, let's just wait for everybody to come on. It's 3 more minutes. Now we are going to work with our page. What's it called when we turn our page long ways like this? What's
a paper?
What's it called when we turn our page long ways?
A3.
No, that's the size. When we turn our page like this, we call it something, and then when we turn it like this, we call it something else.
Rectangle.
Who knows?
Mm.
All right, listen carefully, kids. When we have our page like this, we call it landscape. Everybody say landscape.
Landscape.
But when we turn it like this, we call it portrait.
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 P for puppy. Portrait. Again, portrait.
Portrait.
Very good. Good, good, good. So we're going to have our paper upways like that. Okay. Can everybody see the paper?
Paper A3. Yes.
Teacher,
Yes.
is drawing by frame okay? Is drawing by frame okay? Or we should do it by paper?
Hang on a minute. Who's talking to me? Who's talking to me? Sushi, we need an A3 size paper. I'm going to hold it up again. Watch. Look at my hand. If this was an A3 size, my hand would be small, right? So look how big my hand is. This is an A4. So it's half of A3. This is an A3. You see that? This is a big size. We need an A3 size paper.
A30.
Yeah. I hope everybody's got an A3. Now, half of this is A4. We don't want half. This is way too small for our panda today. So make sure that you have a nice big size. Javi, you need to get a big size. We don't need a canvas today. We need a piece of paper, and we should hold our piece of paper in, what's this called again? Who remembers? What did I just say? What do we call it when it's upways?
Portrait.
Portrait. Good. Somebody's listening to me today. I'm very happy to see that somebody's listening. Okay, kids, are we ready?
Yes.
Oh, 6 o'clock. Ready to go. Okay. Everybody give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Bacon, are you ready? Good. Yes. Now, we are going to draw this. Well, we're not going to draw it, but we're going to paint a panda today. Do you like it? Do you like it?
I like it.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Now,
I
the first thing we need to do is we need to get our materials. So you need this piece of paper, a blank piece of paper. Make sure that it's for acrylic paint. Okay, this is not the kind of paper that we use like for what do you call it? The kind of paper that we use for printing. You know, when we have a printer, a computer printer, right? This is not it. This is much thicker.
photocopy paper.
Photocopy paper. We don't want that today. We want it to be much thicker. All right. Now, we have our compass. Does everybody have a compass today?
Yes.
Good. Now, we need a pencil. We need a ruler. And we need an eraser. Right? We also need some paints. So you need some paints. Look at the paint colors that I have. I have a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue, a lot of black, some yellow, and a lot of green. Now look at the colors here. Can everybody see the colors on here?
Teacher. Gray. Teacher. Pink. Black.
Somebody keeps saying teacher, but they don't say anything. What's wrong? Is that you, Sushi?
Can you unpin your face so
Yes.
we can see your
Yes,
iPhone more clear?
Remove spotlight. Yes, my darling. Okay, so look where we're going to put the pink. Can you see where the pink goes? Just a very little bit on the feet. And look where the light blue goes. Look, we're going to have to make a light blue, and that's where it's going to go. It's going to go where the eyes are. It's got blue eyes. And then everything else is black and white. Okay?
Yep.
And of course, in the green, we have yellow and green in the background with a little bit of black on the sides here. Okay? So this is where all our colors. How many colors have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, there's white that I haven't poured yet. Now, I must say, this particular white of mine was very cheap. I didn't find anything else at the store. And it's very cheap and it's very watery. Can everybody see inside? Like the bottle? It's very watery. And I've got a feeling it's not going to be great. But let me just try it. Let me try it. And if it's no good.
Pink color, yellow color, blue color, white color, and black and green color.
Right. Now, watch as I show you the kinds of paintbrushes we need. All right, I'm going to put these aside. Now, actually, I'll just put them here so people can still see the colors. We need a nice big paintbrush. Look how big this one is, right? This is my middle size paintbrush. It's a square paintbrush. So notice how both of these are square, but my very, very little one is round and it has a very fine tip. Now, I don't know if you can actually see that. See how fine that is?
Yeah.
It has to be quite fine. Wait, let me see if I can find another one. I've got quite a few. There's that one there. So I need you to invest in some really nice fine, because these are the paintbrushes that are going to make really fine lines. Yeah. So these are the really fine ones. So 3 paintbrushes, 1, 2, and 3. Got it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, have you got a cup of water?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I've actually got 2 cups of water because
2
I'm
cups
so
of water.
lazy. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up in the middle of my painting and change my water. So I'm just going to have this jar of water as my second jar. I always have bottles of water nearby, not for drinking, but for filling up my thingy, my jar. So I've got 2 jars of water now. See, one of them's going to be really, really dirty, while the other one's going to be really, really clean. So that's just me thinking ahead so that I don't have to get up. Can everybody please, Monkey, you need to mute yourself. Miso, you too. I'm going to mute you now. Sushi, you need to mute yourself. I'm muting you, but you need to do that. If we are in class and we can hear your background, that's not very polite, is it? We don't need to hear the noise in your background. We don't need to hear the conversations you're having with your parents or your siblings. So please mute yourselves. If you want to say something, then you unmute yourself. Is that okay? Does everybody understand? Good. Now, let's go ahead now. Now, can you all see, normally when I teach this class, I would have a stencil, but we don't have a stencil, do we? What I want you to do is, can you see this compass? I'm opening my compass to 6. Wait, first thing I have to do. Sorry. I'm going to create the body, right? So I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to open it to 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters wide, okay? 8 centimeters wide. Can everybody see my compass? I've opened it up. I've used don't put your edge of the compass to the very edge. Make sure that it goes onto 0, sorry, it goes onto 0, and then the other end goes to 8. Now, can everybody see how this panda is not quite at the bottom, right? Can you see a little bit of grass coming up from the bottom? So we're not going to draw our big circle, right? We're not going to draw our big circle right at the bottom. We're going to draw it just about 2 fingers. Maybe you've got 3 fingers, yeah? 3 fingers. And we're going to draw it 3 fingers from each side. So 3 fingers on this side. 3 fingers on this side. I've got big fingers, so I'm doing 2, and 3 fingers on this side. So I'm going to see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to draw my big circle. This is where the main body is going to be. Now, let me just do that again, because I know that this pencil doesn't really show up too well. Can everybody see this big round circle? Now, notice how I put my big round circle towards the right side. Yeah, it's not right in the middle. Right? It's not right in the middle. It's a little bit to the right. Everybody got that? So you open up your compass to 8 centimeters. You make sure that it's a little bit to the side. See how see on my picture, I have like 2 fingers. They're my big fingers, right? 2 fingers from this side and maybe 2 fingers from the bottom, maybe a little bit less, but that's okay. We're going to fill that in, don't worry. All right, you got it? Has everybody got their big circle? I want everyone to please put their thumbs up if you have drawn your big circle. And how many centimeters in radius is it? Yes, very good, Misso. How many centimeters did we say we have to draw the circle? 8 centimeters, yes? 8. Good. Is that a big circle? Good. Very nice, monkey. Good girl. Now, we are going to draw the head in, right? You're going to draw the head in. Now, if you notice, the head is going to be smaller circle. So we're going to take our compass and we're going to make sure that it's a little bit smaller to 6 centimeters now, right? 6. So make sure that your compass is 6 centimeters. Now, watch me as I do this. Notice how the head, notice how this head, oh, somebody has got unmuted themselves somewhere. All right, Misso, you need to unmute yourself. Sorry, mute yourself. Right? Good. Now, can everybody see how the head is overlapping the body? Can you see that? So what I want you to do is I want you to put the pointy part on top and the pencil, oops, the pencil about 1 finger over the circle. So I want you to put it somewhere in the middle and I want you to draw a circle, but it's just going to be about a finger. See how these 2 circles have overlapped each other? Did you notice that? All right, now I want you to rub out this part of the circle. Can you see that? Now you're going to use your pencil now. So just watch me as I do this. Now look at this round head and look at Panda's head. Look at his head. Is it completely round? It's not, is it? Yeah, it's a very unusual shape. So we're going to draw this shape from this circle. So ready? Now I want you to make this side, I want you to give him big cheeks. See how big the cheeks are? I want you to make big cheeks, and then I want you to make him a little chin here. So the cheeks are going to come from either side, and then you're going to give him a little chin. Can everybody see what I just did there? Let me press it a little bit because I know that some of you can't really see this pencil. Oh no, what happened? All right, I think I just put a hole in my page. All right, so that like that. And here we're going to have a little bit, we're going to have make his head just a little bit bigger. All right, now notice what I did. I put his cheeks out. Yeah, I made his cheeks a little bit fatter. I'm just going to bring his cheeks a little bit fatter here. All right. All right, now I'm going to rub out whatever's inside of his face. I'm going to rub it out, rub it out. Now we have this shape. Did everybody see what I just did? I made his cheeks quite large. Yeah. His cheeks were just kind of expanded. All right. All right, ready? Now, what I want you to do is right in the middle, I want you to draw a triangle exactly in the middle. I want you to draw a triangle without sharp edges. Can you see my triangle? I want to show you my picture, right? It's going to be an upside down triangle. It's going to be, we're going to color this. I kind of feel like I need to put this underneath because I keep putting holes in my paper. All right, that's better. Can everybody see that? Now I want you to draw a happy smiley face, one on this side and one on that side. Now, the two eyes are going to go on either side of the nose, but they're going to go above the nose. So we've got one eye on this side, draw a round circle, and another eye on this side. Now, we're not going to draw the black part yet. So what have I got? I've got two round eyes, and I want you to draw another circle inside the eye. This is going to be the blue part. And then I want you to draw a very tiny, tiny circle. See that? Tiny, tiny circle in the middle, right in the middle. Okay, so how many circles did I do? I did one, then another one in the middle. That's going to be the blue part. And then I'm going to do a black part right in the middle on either side of the nose. Let me see, Havy. A little bit closer, darling. Yeah, beautiful. Now, look at the eyes. Can you see? I'm going to bring, like, these are like patches, aren't they? I'm going to draw as if I was going to go for a round circle. Everybody watching me? I'm going to go like this and like this. See what I've done? Can you see what I've done there? I haven't done the whole patch yet. I've done one on this side. It looks like a half a circle. And then another one on that side. And then I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to do a bulge on this side. Can you see that? It's like a circle, but it has a bulge like this. There's my two bulges on either side. So the bulges are going to be towards the cheeks. And now I'm ready for my ears. All right, just on either side, I'm going to do like a half a circle on this side and a half a circle on that side. Ta-da! Now we've got the face in.
Teacher, look at my eyes look like be funny.
Sorry, yours looks funny. That's all right. It is what it is. Just do your best, darling. That's all you can do. Do your best. All right. So now we are ready for, who's ready? Give me a thumbs up. Who's ready for the body? If you've got the face in, we are ready for the body. Good. We've got just a couple of thumbs up, not too many. That means you're still doing the face, yes? So here we have okay, you ready? Good. Now, can everybody see this bigger round circle? What we're going to do is we are going to draw two round. Can you see what I'm doing? These are his paws. So one's overlapping the other. Can you see that? So I've got like a half a circle there, and then I've got a half a circle, but it's on the inside. So let me just press that a little bit harder, like that, and like that. So it looks like an X. Can everybody see that little shape? And this is where his paws are going to be. All right. Now, this little area here is going to be completely white. Can you see this white area? And we're going to do like an arch, very small arch like that. There you go. All right. So now this part here of his body, you know how it's completely round? I want you to just open it up a little bit. Yeah, see that? I want you to open it up here. I don't want it to be completely round. I want it to just, from his neck area, just open the circle up a little bit here because I feel as though it's too round. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just open it up a bit. Now, we are ready for the feet. The feet are going to be around the middle part of this section here. So I'm going to do like an oval, right? And the oval has to touch the bottom, just where his bottom is. And we're going to rub this part out as well. We don't want that. Now here, it's going to be an oval that's going to be hiding behind his arm. Yeah, because his arms are in front of his feet. And we're going to do another, but make sure the oval is
Teacher,
a little bit.
I don't see the pause.
Sorry, honey. So what I'm going to do is make the oval a little bit wider at the top than the bottom. See, this heel part is going to be thinner. You see that? It's thinner. And then this part is going to be bigger. So the top part, it's going to be like an egg upside down. Yeah. The pointy part is going to be at the bottom, and then the toes are going to be at the top. Now, we're missing one thing now. We're missing his knees. Can everybody see where his knees are? Who can see where his knees are? They're a little bit inconspicuous. You can't really see them. See, they're just here. Yeah? So here we're going to do like a half circle. One's going to be there and one's going to be there. They're his two knees. There you have it. So now we've drawn in our panda. We're going to color it in a minute, but not before we do something first. Ready? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to grab your ruler. Can you see these? What do we call these things? Who knows what these are called? The pandas eat them.
The bamboo.
Yay, very good, bamboo. So we're going to draw some bamboos. So I want you to grab your ruler. Can you see this bamboo coming from this side, from the right side? We're going to make it go all the way up like that, okay? Now, it's got a bit of a twist to it. You don't want it to be completely straight. So what I want you to do is with your ruler, I do not want you to use your pencil against the ruler. Go outside the ruler because I want it to be natural looking, right? There's one, and this is going to be on the other side. See what I just did there? I did it freehand, but I just used the ruler as a guide. So there's I want it to be hand drawn. I don't want it to be completely straight because there's nothing really straight in nature, not really. Okay, there's my one bamboo. So I just used my ruler as a guide, but I didn't actually put my pencil up against the ruler. I drew just beside it. And now I'm about to do my other two. So I've got two coming up this way and that way. So that looks like they're both coming from the same direction. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to hold my ruler down here and I'm going to just draw against the ruler. Notice how my pencil is not actually going up against the ruler because I want to freestyle. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Now, do I do it this side or do I do it that side? I'm going to do it this side. All right, so there's my second one all the way up, and I'm going to carry it all the way up, but I don't want it to be straight. It just looks unnatural. When you do it with a ruler, it just looks unnaturally straight. So I like the fact that it's a little bit wobbly, yeah, because it's a drawing. It's a hand drawing. It's not something that we do with a computer. All right, now this is going to be my one bamboo on this side, and now I've got another bamboo. They're almost coming from the same direction, and this one's going to go a little bit sideways. So I'm going to draw my other bamboo coming from the same area down here. It's going to be around the same size. So now, how thick are they? It's about, let me see, about 2.5 centimeters. Yeah. And then I'm just going to freestyle it all the way to the top. Yeah. There you go. So now I've got, there's one more coming off there, but we don't need that. So there's my two bamboos. I might actually just do that one coming there. Yeah, because it now just kind of looks a little bit weird if I don't do the back of it. All right, now we're going to do the leaves freestyle later. Okay, we're going to do the leaves a little bit freestyle later. Now, the first thing I need you to do is I want you to mix your green and your yellow, but I do not want you to use a lot of paint. Okay, so there's my green, and I'm going to use a fair bit of yellow. So I want it to be nice and light green, right? Nice and light. A little bit more yellow. I might actually add a little bit of white. So I want it to be a nice light color. All right, now I'm going to paint the background. All right, see the background? I'm not going to paint my bamboo, just the background, like as if it was like a jungle. Yeah, that's a beautiful green. Do you like my green color? I really like this green. Now, I don't want you to mix in the color too much. I quite like the painterly effect. You can if you want to. So just make sure that you are creating the background without too much paint, because look at this. Can everybody see how later we're going to have to draw the leaves? And we need the paint to sort of dry by then. So use very little paint. All right, avoid putting any paint on the bamboo. Get as close as you can. You know what? I'm getting a little bit close to my panda here, and I think I have to switch my paintbrushes. So please know when to switch paintbrushes. I'm going to go now to my middle-sized paintbrush because I feel as though I'm getting a little bit too close to my panda, and I do not want to put any of that color on panda because my panda is going to be black and white, not green. So notice my paintbrush is just a little bit smaller now, and I can get a little bit closer to Panda's body and face. I'm going to do this side as well. All right, so this is like the easy part. The background is always the easy part. So I want you to do this quickly. Yeah, you don't have to spend too much time on it. The background is usually just not that significant because there aren't many details in the background. Not really. We want to put more details on his face, on his body, whatever's in the foreground here. All right, so make sure that you put green in the background areas. All right, I can see that I might need to go a little bit closer to the bamboo here. Don't leave any white spaces. Okay, get as close as you can to the line. There you go. I really like this green color that I've made. Now notice, can you see how in my background here, I've got a little bit of white streaks going through it. Yeah, can you notice that? Can everybody stop what they're doing and have a look at my picture here? Notice how I've got some streaks. I've got darker streaks, lighter streaks. I've got yellow streaks and white streaks. So we're going to do a few of those streaks in the background now. So I'm going to get just my yellow and I'm going to do some yellow streaks. Can everybody see what I'm doing? Just here and there, just a few yellow streaks because I want there to be a variety of colored backgrounds. It's as if we're trying to create a jungle background, yeah, because that's where the pandas live. They live in the jungle. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white. So just a little bit of white. So here and there, don't want it to be organized. Remember how I said this paint is not great? This white of mine is not great. I think I've just realized that it's terrible. So I'm going to get my good white now because that's just ridiculously terrible. Right. I have got really good paint and I've got really, really poor quality paint. And I just wanted to see the poor quality one, what it did, and it did absolutely nothing. So this is my good quality one. See the difference? Can you see the difference? See my good quality paint? It's just so much better. You can really see the streaks of white. So we just want that white to show, okay? Don't blend it in too much. We like those streaks of white because we want to show that this is a background, right? This is a background that is sort of multicolored, like not that many colors. No, I didn't mean multicolored. I meant that there are a variety of, there are things going on in the background. We don't want the details of it. Now, there's one color that's missing, and that's the dark green. So I'm going to add a little bit of dark green to that background. Remember what I said? Just a few streaks here and there, not the whole thing, because I don't want you to go over the white part and the yellow part that we just did. Just a little bit of green, dark green, right? Not too much, just an idea, just to give an indication that there's something going on in the background. We don't know what, but something's going on in the background. Don't forget, we don't want too much paint on there because we have to draw our leaves in a minute. Oh, that's nice. I like that background. All right, so there's my background. Yep. And I think I'm just about finished. Make sure you put your paint to the very edge of the page. We don't want to have little white bits that are left over. Now, I want you to get your large paintbrush, the one that we used earlier, right? See this large paintbrush? I want you to dip it into the dark green, like so, right? I didn't wash it because we're using similar colors, so we don't need to wash it. Now, I'm going to go from all the way down here with my large paintbrush. Notice how I don't really care. I'm not really judging, you know, how far, like I'm just using the width of this paintbrush to go along my, what do you call it? My bamboo stick, right? Just with dark green, right? Dark green. All right. Now, is everybody paying attention? With your large paintbrush, this is what I want you to do. I want you to do little intervals. See this? Oh, hang on. No, we need to put white on there. Sorry. Let's do that for all of them. Sorry. Let's do that for all of them. Yeah. So there are 3 of them. We did 3 big bamboo sticks. So that's what we have to do. We have to color it all in with our dark green. All right. Now my dark green is going to be a little bit different to your dark green. I know that. Okay, no, nice and straight as you can. Doesn't matter if it's not completely straight. Right, all the way up. Make sure that you get to those edges. We don't want any white edges. It's not very professional leaving some of your canvas unattended, right? We don't like it when some of the white shows through. I mean, some people like painting like that, but I think we should avoid it. All right, so that's 2 bamboos down. Now I'm going over to this bamboo, just with green, right? Just with green. Make sure that you stay right away from Panda's body and face on this side. All the way. You might need to change your paintbrushes. I didn't need to because I'm pretty experienced at avoiding like using a large paintbrush. But if you feel as though the paintbrush is too large to get too close to Panda, then change it over. Change your paintbrushes over. All right, we don't want too much paint. Remember that, kids. We don't want too much paint because then it's going to be hard to do any layers. All right, I am done. There you go. All right. Now I need you to switch over to your middle-sized paintbrush. Remember this one? Remember we did the background? I want you to put a little bit of white on your paintbrush. Okay, I need you to put a little bit of white on your paintbrush, and we're going to go on one side, on the right side of the bamboo. So we're going to put a highlight. Can everybody see what I'm doing? I'm putting a highlight on just the right side of the bamboo, right? All the way down, not in the middle, just to the left. Can everybody see what I'm doing? Just to the left. Sorry, did I say left? I meant right. Right, just to the right of the bamboo. So this is going to be the highlight. It's like the sun is shining from this side. And now I'm going to do the same here. So we're going to get some of that white. We're going to just blend it in to one side, and it's going to be the right side. Now, as soon as you're finished, we're going to dip into the yellow again, and the yellow is going to go in the middle, right? Now, the yellow is going to be blending, right? The yellow is going to be blending with the green. So somewhere in the middle, we're going to put the yellow, right? In the middle. So it doesn't matter if it blends with the white. Make sure you don't go over the white now. We want that white. Okay, we want that white to show on the left, on the right side. And somewhere in the middle, you're going to just draw the yellow. Yeah, you're going to paint it in yellow to just to the side of the white area. Right? Now, it's okay. You don't need to blend it in all the way. It's okay if you get streaks of white and yellow, right? Streaks is nice. I like the streaks. Don't blend it in too much. Now, I need you all. Who's about ready? Who's about ready? I like it. I like it, Havy. All right, ready? So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a mix color of green and just the tiniest bit of black, right? Green and black. So basically we want a dark green. Make sure that you put the tiniest bit of black. When I say tiny, I mean tiny, right? Because we are going to make the shadow part. Who remembers the apples that we did? We talked about shade. Does anyone remember the apples that we did? I know you remember, Anna. Where's Anna? Is Anna in here today? Oh, no, she's not here today. All right, so now this is going to be on the very edge. So we've got three colors going on this bamboo now. We've got the really dark green. We've got the green that was underneath, the first color that we did, right? And then we've got a little bit of yellow. And then we've got, so don't need to smooth it in, just one line from top to bottom on the left side, right? On the left side. So we've got this shade. That's what we call shade, is when one side is just darker. So we choose a color and we add black to it. That's what shade is. Everybody should know that from our previous lessons.
Teacher, I think it is my too shady. Too shady.
What is it?
It's quite dark. I
It's-
feel it's too shady.
It's too what? I can't understand you, Havy. I can't understand you, honey. I don't. Heavy. Did you say heavy? No.
I mean, that's the dark green. I think it is too shady.
It's too
dark.
shady. No, I like it. That looks great. I like it. All right. Now, I think I need to do some grass now. So we're going to take our green, right? The same green. And we're going to just color this whole area down here, right? With the same green, the dark green. We're going to add some light green on top a little bit later. So make sure that you avoid the feet and the body, just all the way in there, right? Make sure there's not a lot of paint on your paintbrush because, who knows the answer to that? Because we don't want it, we want it to dry, basically. We want it to dry before we add all the other details, right? So this is just this area down here. This is like the background. And as soon as it dries, we're going to go over it with some of the grass bits that are coming up, you know, blades of grass. Okay, all the way up. Make sure that you go around the foot and not on the foot. Okay, there you have it. And we're going to take off the excess paint. Don't want any of the excess paint on there. Try not to use any water because it'll just dampen your page and it'll just make it much harder to dry, take it much longer to dry. All right, I think I'm about finished with my green. Oh, apart from the leaves, of course, we're going to come back to the leaves. Now, can you guys see this pretty well? Is that better? All right, who's about ready to move on to the next part? No? Bacon says, no, not ready. Does anyone want me to explain anything?
I done.
You guys are so, look how focused you are. I love it when I see my students focusing so hard on their artwork. Who's got a Sharpie? Who's got a Sharpie, a black marker, a permanent marker? Do you have one? No? It's all right. You don't need one. You do, Sushi? So with whoever's got a black marker, this is what I want you to do. Ready? I want you to take your black marker and I want you, you know, that very small eye in the middle, very small round circle. I want you to go around it with a black texture, okay, with a black marker, just like that. Nice, right in the middle. Do you have one of these? Felicia, how you going, darling? Can I see what you're doing? Ooh, I love it. Good. You're still doing the background, yeah? Miso, show me your work, darling. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Really good stuff. What about you, Monkey? Show me your work. Anna, you forgot to put your name, your nickname. Anna, can you change your name? Okra, show me your work, darling. Okra. Have you done anything? Show me what you're doing. Sushi, show me your work. Park, show me your work. Nuni, show me your work. Ooh, Park, come a little bit closer. Yeah, nice. Your bamboo, I think your bamboo here needs to be a little bit like yellow in there. The bamboo sticks, a little bit yellow. Are you doing the work, Okra? Are you doing the panda with us? Show me what you're doing. No? Okay. All right. How's it all going, guys? Are you nearly finished with your greens? We're going to come back to the green when the background starts to dry because we have to do our leaves. Okay? We have to do our leaves soon, but not yet. We're not ready yet. Are we ready?
Yes.
So miso's ready. Bacon looks ready.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Now, with our large paintbrush, we're going to dip into the white. If you've got white, I think I have to actually take out my other white, my good white, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to draw. This is my really good paint. This is really expensive paint, right? Now, with this white, I want you to do these. Can you see what I'm doing? With my big paintbrush, I'm just making that mark across like that. See? That's all we're doing. We don't have to do anything else, right? And the same on this side. So just using white across like this, every, I don't know, 5, 7 centimeters. Just make sure that they have a distance between them. Okay? This is really simple way to do that mark. I did it differently on this one. Notice how I did it differently on this one? I actually drew them in, but we don't need to do that. So it's just basically dipping into the white and just dabbing it with the side. Yeah, like that on the side. That's all. And now I'm going to wash out my paintbrush. I'm not going to need those colors for a little while. All right, I'm going to make sure that they're nice and clean before I start using them again with my panda. Now, for those of you who have a marker like this, right, it's just a black all-purpose permanent marker. I want you to, right in the middle, can you see where I've got the eyes? That very middle circle. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing, right? That very middle part. Now, as soon as you've done that with your marker, we call them texters here in Australia, I'm going to ask you to go around, not the middle part, the outside, the bigger circle, right? The bigger circle. And then I'm going to ask you to go around the patch. See the patch? Yes.
Is my marker also okay?
Yeah, it's a little bit small. Do you have a thicker one?
No, but
That's
I have
fine. If you
this
don't
one.
have If you have it a little
Want
bit
it
thicker,
also sprays ink like a normal marker,
that's
but
fine
it
then.
wasn't as thick as yours.
That's fine then. You can use that if you don't have enough.
It works as a pen.
Right. And then I'm going to do the same for the nose. I'm going to go over the upside down triangle for the nose, and then I'm going to do the mouth part. See the mouth? Just like that. Now, I want you to make a really nice, where is it? I want you to make a really nice light blue. Now, I'm running out of space on my palette. I might need to get a new palette. So there's my white, and I'm going to use my very, very, very small paintbrush. So there's my blue, and I'm going to mix a little bit of the white with the blue, the tiniest bit, because really we're just going to do the eyes with this color. We don't need to do a lot of this color, just the tiniest bit. Yeah, so put the tiniest bit of blue in white, right? There it is right there. I might want to go just a little bit darker. I do like some of these nice blue color. Yeah. So that's a nice blue, I think. So until you get the really nice blue that you like, I want you to keep mixing until you get that nice. And then I'm going to color just around the black middle part. Yeah. You know that little black dot that we did in the middle? So it's just going to be on the inside eye. Make sure that the outside of this color is going to be completely white. So you have to be very careful, and you have to use a very small paintbrush. That's why we need these small paintbrushes, kids, because we need to do those very fine details. I might actually put a little bit more light. Is that a little bit better, that light? So there's my blue around the pupil. So this is what we call the iris. The iris is always the colored part of somebody's eye, yeah? I've got blue eyes, and most of you have probably got brown eyes. Is that true? Have you all got brown eyes? Yes. And so this part here that I'm coloring, this is called the iris, whereas the blue, the black in the middle, right, the two dots, they're called pupils. So there you have it. And I'm finished with my blue. I don't need to use blue again. So I can wash out my very small paintbrush. And now I'm ready to use black. I'm going to use my small paintbrush to do the nose, because the nose is very, very small, right? The nose is very, very small. And I need a small paintbrush, guys. We always change our paintbrushes over, and you should know by now, if you're my older students, you should know that we always change paintbrushes over when it's time to do detail work. Now, there's a little bit of pencil mark here, so I'm just going to take my rubber. I'm going to rub that out because I don't like it when pencil markings show up in my paintings. I really don't like it when that happens. So I'm just going to very carefully get rid of the rubbings, right, like that. All right. Now, all right, so I'm going to take my small paintbrush and I'm going to go into the patches. Now, remember, kids, I want you to look at what I'm doing. I'm going into the patch only, not in the eye. Have you noticed that everybody's eyes has a white part? Yeah, that's how we want the white part here, just around the blue. We want that to stay white. So please be wary of that white eye. We want it to stay white. So do not start painting that black. And use your very small paintbrush. Some of you, I guess, It depends how small it is. You can use your middle-sized paintbrushes as well if they're small enough. I wonder if I can use my middle-sized paintbrush. Maybe I can. Yeah, I think I can use my middle size, but when I'm going close to the eyeball, I think I have to use my very, very small one. So everybody, oh, I went over the blue part. Oh, there you go. I've done one patch. All right, there's my first patch. Now I'm going to use my middle-sized paintbrush to go over the most of this patch. Notice how I'm using this larger paintbrush to go over most of it. But when I go to the detailed area, which is next to the eyeball, I'm going to change it over. I'm going to change it over, and I'm going to use my very small paintbrush. So small paintbrushes do wonders, kids. Always invest in a very small paintbrush. You should always have at least 3 different sizes. Now, what would happen? Who can tell me what would happen if you had to do your background in this very small paintbrush? This very, very small paintbrush. What would happen if you had to do the
hours.
It takes a lot of time to do it.
It takes about 3 or 4 days to finish.
That's exactly right. And that's why everybody needs to know when you start painting and become a serious art student, you need to have different size paintbrushes, right? Because we don't want to take a whole day or 2 or even 4 or 5 hours to paint one thing, right? All right, I am just about finished my eyes, right? And now I'm going to slowly move over to my ears. Yeah, the panda's ears are next. How's it all going? Are you guys ready to do the ears? So we're just going to just color in the ears, right? And I'm going to show you how to do the fluffy part of the ears later. So just color in the ears. That's all I want you to do for now. I'm using my middle-sized paintbrush here. Yeah. Make sure that you're not leaving any white areas. All right. Do this side as well. All right. I am done with my ears. Starting to look like a real little fella. Now, with the mouth, I feel like I want to go over, even though I did do it with a marker, I want to go over it with my paintbrush. Yeah, I actually want to go over it because, oops, I want to go over it with my paintbrush because it just looks a little bit out of place. So make sure you're using your very, very small paintbrush. Now, I need everybody to finish with the face before we move on to the body because I need your undivided attention. You better hurry, guys, because we've got half an hour left and we still have to do the leaves.
Teacher, I'm done.
Who said that? Is that you, Sushi?
Yep.
Cool. Show me. Show me what you've done. Oh, nice, Misso. Love it. Misso, that is amazing. Good. Oh, you finished, Claire? Do you want to hold up your work, darling, so I can have a look? Oh,
I
happy.
think I'm done.
Show me, Claire.
I need to
That's
I
good,
need to
happy.
go the white because I have some mistake here.
Oh, okay. Later. Let me see, Sushi. I can't see. Your background is bothering. It's in getting us.
It
Did
always
you
shows my face, but never anything else.
did you do your ears? Did you do your panda ears, Sushi? You need
Yes,
to do the panda.
Yep, I did my ears, but the background is covering me.
Okay.
It never works.
Okay.
It always
All
glitches.
right. All right, kids, let's go to the body area. Now, watch me as I do this, please. I'm going to draw in, I'm going to use my middle-sized paintbrush, otherwise we'll be here forever. And I'm going to go around the body with black, right under the cheek, the chin, the cheeks, and the chin, right? And I'm going to leave this white space in the middle. Remember we did this little arc, this little arch. So this is the area I want you to leave, right? Now here, where the two are touching, just leave a little bit of white space, yeah? Just a little bit of white space, just so that we know that the two are sort of nearing each other, right? Just like this. Now, kids, I want you to listen, please. See how these two are going to be joined? Notice how the foot and the arm are going to be all black. So what we do is with this foot, we're going to leave a little bit of white space in between the foot and the arm. See that? Can you see how I'm leaving just a little bit of white space? I'm coming as close as I can to the arm, and I'm just leaving a little bit of white space. I don't want to leave too much, just a little bit, just to indicate that this is the foot. And I'm going to do that with the knee as well. So make sure that you take off any excess paint because we're going to draw in the toes in a minute. So here, where the knee joins with all the other parts of the body, we're just basically going to leave a little bit of the white. Now, here on the edge, we don't need to leave any white space, but where it's joined to the arm and where it's joined to the foot, we're going to leave the tiniest bit of white space just to indicate that this is where the knees and this is where the toes are. See that? Can everybody see how I've left a little bit of white space? Right? We don't want to go all the way black, 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 because it's going to be a little bit confusing for people to read that this is where the leg is, this is where the arm is. All right, so now we don't have to do that here. Please don't put too much paint on there. And here, right under the cheek, on the side, and there you have it. Right, just where the black meets the black, leave a little bit of white space just to indicate which part is which part. And I'm going to do this side as well. Right, I'm going to do this side. And don't forget, I'm going to go as close as I can to the foot. Now, notice how I'm holding two paintbrushes in my hands. I'm doing the middle size one just so I can apply it really quickly, right? I'm going to apply the paint really quickly. It's just like coloring in. It's no big deal, right? It's no biggie. But I'm using the small paintbrush to get in under those areas that are a little bit hard to get to. For example, when I get close to the cheek, right, or the chin, I don't want to mess it up with my medium or large size paintbrush. Oh, I made him have a whisker. You know, I might just go over that with a bit of white paint. Now, remember what we said about the foot? We want to leave just the tiniest bit of white just to indicate that, yes, this is the foot, and then starts the arm. See how I've left just the tiniest bit of white in between, right? So there. Now you want to be very, very careful when you do this because you really are leaving just the tiniest bit of space. You don't need to leave a space here on the side of the foot, clearly, because you're on the edge. You're on the edge of the foot, so it doesn't really matter. We don't need to allow that white bit. Yeah, this is going to be the heel. It's like an upside down egg. Yeah, so it's a little bit thinner. It's a little bit pointier down the bottom. And now, right, I'm going to do the knee, and I'm going to do that same thing that I did here on this side. I'm going to leave the tiniest bit of space just so that we can read that one part of the body ends and one begins. Right? That's all you need to do. Yep. Ta-da. All right, so now I've done the body. What I want you to do, okay, I need everybody's attention here because now we're going to do the fluffy bits. Yeah, we're going to do the fluffy bits. All right, so when you're finished, put your head up so that I can.
I'm not finished, teacher.
That's fine. I'll wait. I'm just going to turn on the light.
Teacher, look at it.
Yay, it's very good. Good girl, Heavy. I love it. It's really good.
Yeah.
We haven't finished yet, okay?
I try very hard to deal with it.
Show me, monkey. Beautiful. Can you make her ears? Can you make Panda's ears a little bit bigger? Just a little bit bigger. Can you make his ears a little bit bigger? Hey, monkey. Just add a little bit more to the ear area. Yeah, make it a little bit wider. Open it. Yeah. Get your black paint and your middle-sized paintbrush and just make it a little bit bigger on each side.
Yes.
Good. Who's having a good time? Who's enjoying themselves? Don't forget to have some fun, kids. This is supposed to be a fun activity, yeah?
Teacher,
Yes.
have you checked the time yet?
Yes, it's 7 o'clock here, and it's probably is it 2 o'clock there?
Teacher, we are 3 o'clock and 8 minutes here.
Yeah. So it's 3 o'clock there. Sorry, it's 3 o'clock. So
In
you guys
Vietnam.
finish at 3:30. We've got half an hour left. Well, a little bit
In
less than
Vietnam.
half an hour. So yes, I have checked the time. And
Teacher, can you teach us until 4 o'clock? So we have more time.
no, I'm afraid not. I have to go. I have to go at
Teacher,
3:30.
soon my father has to get soon my father will bring me to a theater to watch a new movie soon.
Ooh, nice. Now, we have a new student, Timai. Hello. Nice to see you, Timai. You missed out on our art lesson today. Did you participate?
Yes, and today this is my first course, and I'm here to see some art experience and in order to learn how to create a boldness into colors because
Beautiful. Now,
yes,
did you
because sorry, miss?
Did you participate in our panda activity today, Tim?
It's my first class today. Miss.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's my first class today. Miss.
Right. So we've got half an hour left of this lesson, 25 minutes to be exact. So I don't know, did you participate from the beginning or did you just come in now?
I just come in today. Miss.
Oh, what a shame. You missed out on all the instructions. Maybe you can watch this video again. Yeah?
Yes,
I think
yes, miss.
Dorothy Duke is going to post this on YouTube and you can watch it again. Okay?
Yes,
Watch it
yes,
from the beginning and maybe show us on Zello. You can put your activity on Zello so that we can all see your beautiful artwork.
yes, miss. And so, what are the requirements for this, miss? And can it be done by using pencil or digital based?
Sure, you guys can use, well, pencil. Mostly what I'm teaching you is painting, acrylic painting. But you can have a go in pencil if you want to, and you can definitely do it online, on digital form. If you
Yes,
know
I do.
how to use Canva or whatever app you're using, absolutely, why not?
Yes,
All right,
miss. Thank you.
kids. All right, ready? We're going to do the fluffy bits. Now, I want you to take your middle-sized paintbrush, right? And I want you to just take off most of I want you to take off most of the paint. So I'm going to use my cloth here. I'm just going to just take off most of it. Okay, can everybody see what I'm doing here? I'm taking off most of the paint. Now watch me as I do this. I'm going to do flicks going this way. Can you see that? I'm going to flick it as if some of the fur from his ears are going outwards, right?
Thì sim mà bạc má chứ không lấy mã của đây hả? Sorry, miss. I'm sorry. I am asking.
I'm going to do the same on this side. So I don't want too much paint on my paintbrush. I want basically not much at all, yeah? So if there's zero, maybe you might need to dip it in a little bit, but basically I want it to be furry and fluffy. Can you see that? Can everybody see how I've made it furry and fluffy? Notice the direction that I've used. I've used that way, yeah? I've been flicking it that way, like this, and this one's going that way. Right, now the same, I'm going to do the exactly same thing on the arms, yeah? So I'm going to do the same on the arms, right? But not where the body meets the others. I'm going to do some on his knee, but very little, guys, yeah? Very little. We don't want to extend the knee. We just want to give it a little bit of fur. We're not going to do any on the feet, right? And we're going to do the same on this side. So I'm just going to take my middle-sized paintbrush and just flick it so it looks like there's fur coming off of him, right? And on his knee as well, just a little bit of fur coming out, right? And that's all. And the last bit is going to be where his tummy is. Yeah, so we've got, let me just show you what I've got here on my other drawing. Can everybody see the fur coming off there? Here, the knees, and here in the middle, not the feet or the hands. So this furry bit is going to be like fluffy bits coming in towards the center, right? That's all we're going to do, just fluffy bits coming into the center. I'm using very little paint, close to no paint actually. I'm probably just lifting off paint from what was already there. And that's it. Now, we are ready to move over to our feet, right? I want everyone to use their medium-sized paintbrushes, and I want you to dip into the pink, right? So there's my pink. I'm going to just dip into the pink. My paintbrush, the one that I used just now with the black, wasn't completely clean, but I don't mind because I don't want my feet to be completely like hot pink. I just want them to be like a darker pink, to be honest. So there's a little bit of black mixed in there, and I don't mind that at all. Now, here, how many toes does this little panda have? He has 1, 2, 3, 4 toes, and then the heel. So the heel's going to be this area here, a nice round circle. Right, I think I need to use a bit more paint. You know what? Mine's very wet. I'm going to leave this for later, kids. How about we leave the pink for later? Let it dry a little bit. Don't worry about doing the heel yet, because look at that. Can everybody see how I'm just not getting the pink that I want because the paint is still dry? So let's just wait. Let's just wait for this to dry, and then we'll come back to the heels and the feet part. Right. Now, I want everyone to grab their greens again, right? We're going to grab our greens again, and I want you to dip into the yellow, right? I want you to dip into the yellow. Got my yellow here. And I want you to make this yellow with a little bit of white, yeah? White and yellow together. It's going to make it a nice opaque color. Now, the word opaque means thick, not see-through. So a little bit of white and yellow. And now I'm going to do some wispy little bits. Yeah, can everybody see the same kinds of wisps that I used for the hair? And I just want you to put some wisps here and there, just random wisps, yeah, in the yellow and white. And this is like grass, right, here and there. Some of them might go over his body, but most of them won't. Okay, so there you have it, little wisps coming and going in all sorts of directions. So we've got a little bit of white and a bit of yellow and wispy bits. I'm using the edge of my middle-sized paintbrush, the thin part, yeah, the side part, right? Not using the thick side, I'm using the thin. I'm not using it that way, I'm using it sideways, right? So there's my little bit of grass. Now I want you to dip into the dark green that we made earlier. If you remember the dark green, you might need to make some more. Actually, I might need to get rid of that. Yellow. I think I have to make a little bit more dark green because I've run out or it's dried up. So there's my dark green, and probably need a little bit more green. So there's a nice dark shady green. Yeah. Now I'm going to do the same thing as what I just did with the yellow, but try not to go over the yellow parts. Yeah. Try to go in between the yellow, right? We're going to use the edge, the sideways of our paintbrush. I'm using my middle-sized paintbrush. I feel as though I need to add just a little bit of water to get it a little bit more fluid. And do not go over the yellow bits. Go in between the yellow bits, right? So we're going to have the background that's green, and then we're going to have the yellow and white. That's going to be one of the colors. And now we're going to go in between these, right? Just to make it a nice variety of grass. Yeah, a nice variety of color grass. Right, there you go. Now we are just about ready to start.
Look at it.
Yeah, you got it. Good. Did you do the wispy parts down here? Did you do the wispy parts? What I'm doing now? It's just wispy. It's just the wispy parts. You've got to do the wispy parts. All right, so I'm just about done with my grassy area. Now I need everyone to take out their very small paintbrush. right? We're going to be using our very small paintbrush. There's my one. You can barely see it. It's so tiny. Yeah. Now, I want you to dip into your green, right? And now I want from here, I want you to draw a line and I want it to be curvy like this, right? So from here, I want you to make a curvy line. It's like a wave. Notice? I might need to add a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more white. Right? So there's one. Now from this end, from this side, can you guys see from this side? I'm going to draw another one going onto that side. So I'm going to dip into my dark green, not the really black green, just the dark green, right? And now I'm going to go over on that side. See what I've just done there? A nice line from this bamboo, and it's going to cross over here, right? We're going to have them crossing over each other. So there it is, right? Make sure that your line is very, very thin, and that's why we're using our very, very thin paintbrush. You can't do this with a thick paintbrush. So we've got one coming this way, one going that way. And I might just use this one. You know what? I can't really fit anymore here, so I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave it like that. Now, with my small paintbrush, I'm going to do little ovals. So we're going to start here. Ovals, not quite ovals, like almonds. Does anyone know what an almond shape is? One on that side, and exactly the same spot is going to be one on that side. So basically, they look like eyes. See how they look like eyes? Careful you don't drip onto your painting now. So there's that one. And then I'm going to do another oval shape. I'm going to go over the bamboo that's in the background. See that? And the same goes for this one. Right? So they look like little almond shaped leaves. So one is going to be a curvy line and then another curvy line, as if they were brackets. Do you know what brackets are? You know, when you put a name in brackets, or not a name, a word. You know, when you want to add some extra information to a sentence. Right, now be careful because we don't want this leaf to go in front of the ear. It all has to be behind the panda, okay? Because the panda is the most important part of our picture. All right, so there's another leaf. So make sure that you have a mirror leaf on the other side, on one side and on the other side. Right, there's that one. So make sure that they're all around the same size. Do not vary the sizes. They're all about the same size. They don't have to be perfect, of course, but try and make them as close as possible. Now, the closer I get to the end, the smaller they get. Did you notice that about leaves? The closer they get to the end of the vine or the branch, they just get a little bit smaller. All right, so there's my first one. And now I'm going to do exactly the same on this part. All right, so I'm going to start from here and I'm going to do my almond shaped leaves. Make sure that you fill them in with that same color, that same green, that dark green or whatever green you've got really. You don't have to change the color because we're going to add a little bit of interest to this color. We're going to add some highlights, just like we did with bamboo. So don't worry, it's not going to be completely green. I'm going to add some interesting highlights. All right, so we need yep. And Oh, we're getting close to the end of our lesson, guys. How's it all going?
I think it is very hard.
Which part? The leaves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing it nice and slowly the way I'm doing it? I'm doing
I'm
it
trying, but it's
I tried to do nice and slowly, but it kept getting low. Maybe we
well.
don't have
The leaves are very easy because really what you're doing is just one line this way and one line down way. So you're really just such an easy process, really.
teacher. Actually, your panda is so cute.
Say that again, Sushi.
Teacher, your panda is so cute.
Oh, thank you. All right, kids. Now, we're going to dip into our yellows again, yellow and white, the one that we had earlier, yellow and white. Oops, I should probably clean out my paintbrush. And my yellow and white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just on one side of the leaf, I'm going to do a highlight like that. So on one side only, like this. Might need to dip in again. So on one side. See what I'm doing? So I'm just making a highlight with yellow. It's really nice when you have highlights in your artwork. I'm doing it mostly on the outside, even though I did that one on the inside. So mostly on the outside of my leaves. See? So with my yellow, I added a little bit of white. Now, on the stem, I want you to get that black and green, the black and green, and I want you to go over that with a black and green. Yeah, I want you to go over that nice long stem because we want it to stand out just a little bit more with your very, very small paintbrush. Now remember, you won't be able to get these very fine lines if you do not have a small paintbrush. So please ask your parents to get the right kind of paintbrush for you. Now, what am I going to do now? Yes, that's right. Hopefully my toes have dried up a bit, but I want everyone to dip into a white because we're going to do the paws. Have you noticed the paws here? Look at the paws. Can you see those? So like little, like they're nails, aren't they? They're like fingernails. They're like claws. Yeah? Can you see these claws? So we need a little bit of white on our very small paintbrush. And I'm just going to do some paws that are going, some claws that are going down ways. So like that. And this one. Okay. Probably did way too many. How many paws? How many claws does someone have? Maybe 5? I think I did too many. Anyway, so the last thing I want to do now is go into the pink again because I think by now the toes have, what do you call it? The foot has I'm pretty sure
Dry.
that it's dried.
Dry.
Yeah. Thanks, Havy. I think it's dried by now. So let me just get a nice clean paintbrush. Now we want it to be pink. Now I put a little bit of black in there, but I'm not going to do that this time. Yep, that's fine. So I might add a little bit of white. Can you guys add a little bit of white to your pink, right? Just to make it look a little bit more realistic. So 1 oval, 2 ovals, 3 and 4. So we've got ovals. These are just the big toes, the toes, yeah? And then the heel is going to be pink. And the same thing, I might just make my toes a little bit bigger. So just little ovals is all. I like to add a little bit of white to my colors because it just makes them a little bit more opaque. There's that word again, opaque. Who remembers what that word is?
Don't see through.
Yes. Thank you, Manna. So there's one that's in there, 2, and I'm just going to put 3 because the other one's hiding behind his arm. Yeah, we're just going to assume that there's another one, another little toe that's hiding in there somewhere behind his arm. Right, so that one. And I have finished the drawing, the painting. So we're not going to color the face. We're not going to color it. We're going to leave it white, but I might just have a little bit of a touch up there because I've accidentally put a little bit of black paint on there. Ugh, I'm just making it worse. I'm making it worse.
You need to wait to it dry and you can color, then it will be much better.
Say that again.
You need to wait to it dry so you can color.
Yes, that is so true, Havy. You're absolutely right. You need to wait for it to dry a little bit, but my pink's not great quality. That's why it's a little bit see-through. It's really bad quality, and that's why I added a lot of white to it. I've added a little bit of white to it just to get that a little bit better. Kids, what do you reckon? Are you happy? I want everyone to hold up their works, please, while I take a photo. And I want everyone to put it into their Zalo account so that I can see. Ready? Hold up your work, please. I want everyone to hold up their work because I need to take a photo. Ready? Come on, Claire. You two, hold up your work, please. Sushi, take off your background, darling. Take off your background. Ready? 1. Stay there. 2. Stay there. 3. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Come on. Every time I'm in a Zoom meeting, it never works when I try to take a... Stay there. Stay there. Don't move. Dorothy, can you take a photo of the work the kids are
Yes, I
presenting?
did, Vicky. I checked
Did you?
I checked photo already.
Okay, because mine never works when I need it to. Like it'll take a photo when everybody's put their paintings down. Kids, you have done so amazing and without a stencil too. Well done to everyone. Linda, that's amazing. Monkey, Havy, Claire, wonderful. Felicia, Bacon, Anna, Sushi, really good. Good, guys. Well done.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher, why does my paintings or anything I hold up right in front of my camera always glitch? It never shows up clearly. It just keep glitching.
Well, that's because, oh, look, now it decided to do a screenshot, but everyone's put their things down. Sorry. Dorothy, can you send me that picture of everybody's work? I'd love to see
Yes,
that.
I sent.
Yeah, that'd be great. Kids, well done. What are we going to do next week? I haven't decided yet. I'll talk to
Could
Dorothy.
we, teacher, could we
Yeah.
draw? Can we draw a portrait of a sun of a sunset set of a view of a sun setting week? Or
Yeah,
we
we
can draw
could
a
do
cat
something
sitting in
like
the house.
that. Anybody
Or
else
do you,
have any requests? So Sushi wants a sunset. We have got a sunset in one of the artworks for sure. But does anyone else have a request?
I want a waterfall.
A waterfall. Ooh, that's in as well. All right,
Can we
kids.
draw a beach?
All right, kids, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Well done to you all. Good job,
Yes,
you artists.
Miss. So for next week, what do we do?
Well, I'm going to, on Zello, I'm going to inform everybody what they need to bring. They need to bring some materials with them. Usually it's the same paints and usually it's the same things like paper and paints.
Trắng này, vẽ móng
So
đi.
you just need to look out for that so that you know what to bring on the day.
Yes, thank you, Miss.
All
Thank you,
right,
Miss.
thanks, T. Hopefully you can watch this video again and do some of the artwork and show us on Zello. Bye,
Yes.
everybody.
Yes, thank you, Miss. See you next day.
Bye, teacher.
Bye
job.
teacher.
Bye, Vicky. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Nice to see you all and great work. Good job, good job, good job.
Bye, Vicky. I'm ending Zoom, okay, Vicky? Yeah.